Today on the Daily Dose, the Homestead Strike of 1892. Born into poverty in Dunfermline, Scotland, by 1892, Andrew Carnegie had become one of the wealthiest industrialists in the United States, creating a conglomerate of steel mills through construction or acquisition under the banner of Carnegie Steel. That same year, his reputation as a philanthropist and vocal advocate of labor causes were put to the test when Carnegie set his focus on his newly acquired Homestead Steel Works near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, investing millions of dollars in an effort to retool the ailing plant for greater efficiencies, at the same time reducing wages on his 3,800-man workforce. In the course of implementing his business model, he turned to his chairman, Henry Frick, to do the dirty work. Of his Homestead workforce, 725 union workers band together against falling wages and the dangers of their workplace, and when Frick caught wind of an impending labor strike, he ramped up steel production in anticipation of a plant shutdown, leading to an escalating string of accidents under the hazardous working conditions in the plant. In the face of multiple deaths to a now overwhelmed and vocal workforce, Frick pushed back with a notice that Homestead Steel refused to negotiate with strikers, at the same time stating in no uncertain words that working conditions would remain unchanged. In response, 2,000 steel workers barricaded the entrance to the plant in an effort to block Frick from sending in strikebreakers, obliging Frick to hire 300 Pinkerton guards to clear the blockade. When the Pinkertons arrived by barge down the Monongahela River on the morning of July the 6th, workers and their families fired ancient guns and even an old cannon from their high ground position along the banks of the river. And when the Pinkertons returned fire with repeating Winchester rifles, 7 workers and 3 Pinkertons were killed, along with several dozen badly injured strikers and guards. The governor of Pennsylvania soon called in 8,500 National Guardsmen to lock down Homestead under martial law, while Carnegie's reputation suffered dearly when he failed to offer a public response while vacationing in Scotland. In what would become one of the most violent strikes in the early history of the American labor movement, the strikers' brutal treatment of the Pinkertons, even after their white flag surrender, would stain the image of labor unions in the court of public opinion, at the same time ending the use of Pinkerton mercenaries in future labor disputes, making the Homestead Strike of 1892 an early ignition point in the American labor movement. And there you have it, the Homestead Strike of 1892, today on the Daily Dose. If you enjoyed this short educational video, consider giving the filmmakers a YouTube super thanks from as little as $1, so that you too can feed the filmmakers who feed your brain.